Motherland has arrived. Unfortunately, I am Superman of Doom. The people of the Motherland have come. Unfortunately, I am Superman of Doom. Chapter 40. Dachan Autonomous Prefecture, resident of Tianhe City. In 197, he tortured an adult fierce dog with his bare hands in the school. In the year 200 of the Star Dragon Age, the only survivor of the mysterious ball lightning in the alien invasion event. When contained, the body temperature rises above 50 degrees Celsius, and the body surface appears hard white exoskeletons and other extraordinary characteristics. Suspected of being invaded by special alien creatures. To be further tested. The Dragon Girl's heart moved, and she recalled in detail the detailed report about the silver-haired teenager in the isolation room. She apparently remembered that she had audited it herself last week and did not telepathically read any intrusion anomalies. The other party is indeed just an ordinary high school student. Well, it may not be too ordinary to be valued by Tifa, the petite girl of the Dream Century. Unexpectedly, the other party was involved in the alien incident that occurred in Tianhe City. And the invasion incident that had just been characterized as a B-level danger factor was also suspected of being invaded by a special alien creature. Poor people. The Dragon Girl's mind flowed, and the invasion incidents in the Eastern jurisdiction had increased sharply recently, and she also directly began the detection procedure without delay. The wings formed by the burning golden flames behind her flapped gently. And the telepathic avatar of the Dragon Girl ignored the wall and directly entered the mind of the teenager lying on the hospital bed in the superlative isolation room. How so? As soon as she entered, the Dragon Girl's spiritual avatar was stunned. Under her psychic perception, she couldn't find the specific consciousness of the teenager. How is this possible? You know, even if the medically identified vegetative person has a weak consciousness left deep in the brain. After all, once a person has no conscious mind, isn't it equivalent to real death? But the boy's body is obviously still intact, but his consciousness does not know where to go, like a living shell. Is he alive or dead now, or is his body being harnessed by an invasion? The Dragon Girl's telepathic avatar lightly opened her lips to herself, and her brows suddenly frowned. In the depths of the young man's mind that has lost his consciousness of thought, it is filled with all kinds of negative desires and wills, 9 out of 9 of which are inhuman destruction. This guy, a murderous maniac? No. This will to destroy is no longer something that normal human beings can have. He was indeed corrupted by the invasion, and he was seriously invaded. The self's consciousness of mind has long been gone, leaving only a walking dead-like body. Pathetic victims. The guardian god Dragon Girl had already given a preliminary judgment, and the telepathic avatar subconsciously trembled its wings, and one after another fiery flame rays raged outward, burning the remaining desire for destruction. Rest in peace. It's just that the pure desire to destroy is far more difficult to erase than any negative emotion. The Dragon Girl felt a little tired of her self-awareness, and the fire of the incarnated phoenix wings was dimmed, which disintegrated the desire for destruction. It should be possible to obtain some memory fragments left in his mind, and then go out to report, and burn the invaded teenager's shell. The Dragon Girl's telepathic avatar was thinking of this, but in the next moment, her white and delicate face froze. It can be seen that the will to destroy the desire that has just been eliminated by the power of the phoenix has reappeared. If it is already considered an inhuman level of the will to destroy just now, it is just a stream. Now, there are so many terrifying will to destroy that it is simply like a vast and boundless deep sea. The will to destroy, like a black tide, swept towards her telepathic avatar. The dragon goddess was trembling, and she had never encountered such a mind-reading situation. And the telepathic avatar subconsciously opened the void wings embodied by the power of the phoenix to resist moisture. Vast swathes of the will to destroy are incinerated and dissipated, but these will to destroy are endless. And the dragon girl who constantly used the power of the phoenix to make the telepathic incarnation have a delicate face slightly pale, and her mental state continues to decline. A terrible sense of crisis filled the dragon girl's heart. It was the first time she encountered such a terrible out-of-control negative will, like a mental virus. Stay in the depths of the other party's heart, even you will be devoured by this will to destroy. 0046 Blasphemy, the day of destruction that invades reality. At the moment, in the depths of the heart of the high school student named Meng, there seems to be a terrifying abyss, from which endless will to destroy surges out. The dragon girl's face turned pale, and the telepathic avatar desperately flapped the wings of the phoenix power, trying to escape. Unfortunately, if she chooses to flee in the first place, there is still a chance. However, her original intention was to fight against the endless will to destroy, which also led to a missed opportunity to leave. Present. The mental state of the dragon girl's telepathic avatar continues to decline, while the unleashing will to destroy is increasing. Moisture. The will of destruction like a dark tide continued to wash over the wings of the phoenix power, like a moth to a fire. But it began to darken one of the wings like a golden flame until it lost its light. The telepathic avatar of the dragon girl suddenly lost its mental balance and fell towards the depths of the soul that gushed out endless desire for destruction. And the remaining phoenix wings began to fade and disappear. Finished. The Dragon Girl feels that she can't escape. The telepathic avatar will be swallowed by the abyss of destruction and her own body in reality will die at the same time. Until this moment, the Dragon Girl felt unbelievable that she with the power of a phoenix would be planted in the depths of the heart of an ordinary high school student. Just before the Dragon Girl's telepathic avatar was about to be consumed by the desire for destruction, a hand suddenly stretched out from the abyss of the will to destroy the heart, grabbed the slender wrist of the Dragon Girl's telepathic avatar, and dragged her up little by little. You. The Dragon Girl was stunned. It was a teenager about 18 years old. It is exactly the same as the silver-haired teenager lying on a single hospital bed in a real isolation room. It's just that at the moment, the boy's eyes are surging with a cold silver glow like a robot. The Dragon Girl suddenly realized. He is the master of the body on the hospital bed outside, the master of the mind area here, the self-awareness of high school student Meng. How is it possible? How did he withstand the devouring corrosion of this endless will to destroy? Even the power of the phoenix can't withstand it. The Dragon Girl naturally didn't know. Yi dream is Doomsday, and Doomsday is Yi morn. The two assimilate and invade, and the will to destroy is also shared. She's mine, get out of my way. Yiming's self-conscious avatar roared lowly, and the other hand hugged the waist of the Dragon Girl, and in the next moment, the endless will to destroy around her retreated like a tide. The Dragon Girl breathed a sigh of relief, and then the telepathic avatar turned red again, and the two incarnations of the spiritual will almost touched each other at zero distance. Different from the physical contact of reality, there is a sense of physical satisfaction. And the contact of the incarnation of the will of the heart is more like the communication of mutual desires. Especially the overdraft of the use of the power of the phoenix just now, making her current state of spiritual incarnation very weak. Unable to use the power of the phoenix to purify various negative emotions of herself and others. Driven by some kind of self-desire, the skin of the Dragon Girl's telepathic avatar shone pink, and her slender and tight legs almost instinctively wrapped around the boy's waist. Let go. It was obviously entangled herself, but the Dragon Girl opened her mouth with difficulty, her rosy little mouth opened slightly, and she spit out a steaming fragrant softness. Then her words were blocked. The young man's right eye faintly flashed with an uncontrollable and violent red light, and the surface of his body released one after another lightning storm, breaking the white robe that the spirit turned into, revealing a telepathic body covered with red hair. It is holy and pure, perfect and unoffended, noble phoenix dragon. So, Yi Meng followed his own essential desires and leaned over. The real world. Supernatural department, isolated outside a single room. The middle-aged detective and the young female detective were waiting outside, but as the time passed, the doubtful looks on their faces became more and more obvious. The young female detective couldn't help but ask, this time, the detection time of the guardian goddess Dragon Girl. Is it too long? The middle-aged inspector did not respond, his brows furrowed. Indeed, the usual guardian goddess Dragon Girl only takes an average of 5 seconds to detect the asylum seeker. Now, 5 minutes have passed, and the Dragon Girl has not yet given a test conclusion. However, under the gaze of the two, the silver-haired boy on the inner hospital bed, his originally painful and tense expression gradually relaxed. And a ray of ease and pleasure could be seen on his young and handsome face. The middle-aged inspector pondered, perhaps, the invasion problem has been solved, and the Dragon Girl has left long ago. Meanwhile, Eastern Bailiwick, Tianlong Autonomous Prefecture. First chapter. Previous chapter 4.